Hello there! Welcome to my kitchen, and today I'm gonna go out of frame. Today we're gonna be cooking some food. We're gonna be cooking the food of my people. And by my people, I don't mean Asian people. I mean broke, young, not very intelligent, unskilled, and also Asian people. So yeah, let's do it. So first thing you wanna do is grab a pot like this, or whatever you call this. I don't know, I'm sure there's a technical name that I'm completely missing from it. For it, I should say. Pretty small, you know, I'm only feeding myself, so this is all you need, really. It's a little bit dirty for some reason, I don't know. Maybe I should clean this before I make food with it. All right. Next thing you want to do, fill it up with some friggin' water. Some water, as Chris Fix would say. You don't want too much. That's probably about good enough. Can't tell you how much that is. Maybe like 2/3 of a cup. Set it down, high heat. Now the reason why you don't want too much water is because, well, you don't want your things to be too runny at the end, right? So, oh, actually, I should, I'm so good at this, right? You can tell that I do this all the time. Here's what we're making today. See this? Yes, they are instant noodles, my friend. There we go. There's the pack. If you want to get it, this is what I'm making. Also, I'm not just making one, I'm making two because I'm hungry. And also, we're gonna have eggs for protein, I suppose. Maybe some kimchi with it because that's what a true Korean does, even though if you ask any real Korean out there, I am the complete opposite of a true Korean. Other than the fact that my parents are disappointed in me, but that's a whole different story. All right, now we just wait for the water to boil. And while we do that, we can just, you know, crack this open, prepare it a little bit. Listen, if any of you are judging me for making instant noodles as my actual lunch, where does all your time go? Or that's not the question I was gonna ask. Where do you get all your time from? Let me ask you that. The only reason why I like this is because, for one, it tastes good, it's filling. Why am I putting my fingers away as I count? It tastes good, it's filling, I'm doing it again, and also it's quick. So people that have no time at all in their lives, it's perfect. All right, so while we're waiting for this water to boil, let's get to the actual title of this video, which is we talking about cars. We are talking about cars. This is a car channel after all. We're just happening to make food today. A couple things I want to say. The new C8 Corvette, the mid-engine one, it's pretty impressive. I've seen the stats, as I'm sure you have as well. But the one thing that I don't like about it, and I know this is like one of those things that people do where something new comes out and they just immediately start hating on it for pretty much no reason. That seems to be the thing with like everybody, right? Like a new game comes out, it's great, but here's the bad things about it, which is fair, you know? Not everything can be perfect, and you gotta understand, you gotta know what the goods and bads are of pretty much everything, especially if you're gonna buy it. Back to my original point. The new Corvette, the C8, doesn't look good. I know it's subjective. I think a lot of people would say it actually looks, well, I don't know anyone who says it looks better than the C7, at least like the Z06 or anything like that. I personally like the Z06 much better than the C8 Corvette, Z51 or whatever the heck it's called. I like it because it has the long nose, the little short butt, you know, the sloping coupe roof, or as you Americans call it, a coupe, you know. So it looks okay, you know, it looks okay, but for some reason it just gives me these weird, like custom, it almost looks like a kit car. I don't know if it's just because it's so new or, you know, what it is. I think it's the dimensions, you know. I think, like, for example, in the rear quarter panel, just above the wheel, there's so much body panel there, you know what I mean? It just looks a little odd. Yeah, I guess that's just my opinion. Obviously, you can tell me I'm wrong because I probably am, although opinions can't be wrong unless they're an opinion against the fact. I don't know, but you know, appearances are always subjective. This water is slowly starting to boil. Soon we're gonna drop these noodles in and we're gonna have a good time. Also, the new AMG GTR Black Series is the name I was looking for. I really like the SLS Black Series, especially the yellow and black one. I think that is a very good looking car. I think that is a very interesting car, a very well performing car, and a very good sounding car. All of which are great for people who are spending lots of money on cars, and this water is really starting to boil. So what was I gonna say? Well, I was gonna say, while I now put these in, that the new AMG GTR is based GTR Black Series. I keep forgetting to call it that because I don't know. Well, I was gonna say it looks exactly like the AMG GTR, but the SLS Black Series looks just like the SLS AMG, so what do I know? Anyway, I think the Black Series is the new one. Kind of looks a lot like the safety car in F1. You know what I mean? Like if you just Google a picture of that next to a safety car, the Formula 1 safety car, there's just so much similarity between them. Also, neat tip, if you want to have a quick snack while you're preparing this, there's always crumbs at the bottom of the pack, right? What you can do is just gather them up, and they're pretty good. Just slide them in your mouth. Not bad. And then with this, if you don't have a garbage can nearby, like we don't, just throw all your garbage in there. You know what I mean? I would do the same thing with this one, but I'm just gonna put it in here because the waters are boiling. Now here's the thing. I'm kind of taking my time because I'm making a video talking about cars, but you don't want to do that. You want everything to go in right away, right? So, excuse me while I grab some chopsticks from behind this counter. By the way, while I'm getting chopsticks and getting the wrong pair, that reminds me, for some reason, I don't understand people who can wear mismatched socks. I don't know if it's just like a weird thing that I can't do that, or that it feels weird to do that to the point that I will like be late to something just to find that extra pair or that extra sock that goes with the pair, in the pair, however you speak English. I don't know, I just have to wear the pair. I just have to wear the full pair. I can't just like have like one, you know, white one and then have another like gray one. And of course, one of them always like goes way above your ankle, and the other one is like just tickling at your heels kind of thing. I don't know, I just don't understand. All right, now, 2 eggs, just crack them, pop them both in. I can't do the 1 egg hand crack thing, so you're just gonna have to suffer the sight of me piercing the egg with my thumbs, probably getting some shells in there, you know. Oh, look at that, it's all coming together. Can you see it in the video? This is what our soup base is gonna be made of, or as I like to call it, sauce, le sauce. But we have to wait until the water goes down and the eggs are fairly cooked. That way it's not too watery, and of course the eggs are cooked. It doesn't really matter if the yolk breaks as I just did there. Normally I wouldn't say that, but I just did and I got it on camera, so I have to say that I don't actually care and make it seem like I did that on purpose. But you may or may not normally want to just have the yolk in a normal, single, unbroken state. So as you can see, the water's kind of, you know, soaking into the noodle. It's boiling up a little bit. At this point, you can probably turn this off. You probably could have turned it off before, but again, like I said, I don't know anything about cooking. Obviously, as you can tell by the way I'm holding these and mixing it around like with like a full fist, or just the fact that I'm making this in the first place. So the water's gone pretty much substantially down to the point that there's almost no water at all. Speaking of water, the BMW M4 GTS has a tank of water that you have to refill in the trunk every 3 or 4 fill-ups or something like that. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't mind having convenience in my cars, right? I love performance in my cars, don't get me wrong. But convenience is important because, especially if you live a busy life, right? Or if you just have a life in general, kind of want to have some level of convenience in your car, right? That's why it has a radio. That's why it has lights. Many of the functions that they have is for convenience. Therefore, the M4 GTS is basically asking you to give up some of the convenience in your life in order to, you know, have a little more fun than I guess your M4, your normal M4 for I guess double the price almost, right? Now I know this is old news, right? But I've never talked about this, right? So this is you heard it first from my mouth here on this channel, making noodles. Now I know this currently does not look very tasty. But you just gotta let that powder stuff get a little wet, you know, get a little soaked in there. And then eventually it'll just all mix in and it'll look fairly even. And then right after that, you can just dig right in. That's the beauty of these things, you know? It's the beauty of making food. You can watch the whole process, you understand what's going on. I'm saying this like I'm making like a pizza or like some kind of Gordon Ramsay absolutely beautiful dish, but it's really not. The fact that I even brought up his name in this video is honestly probably an insult to him, so my apologies, Mr. Gordon. Please don't call me a friggin' donkey or whatever. Oh yeah, look at that. See how everything's getting more and more brown? Now here's the problem. Here's what I did wrong here. As you can see, it's sort of sticking to the pan. It's getting a little, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's getting a little, you know, getting a little craft dinnery. To avoid that, I should have turned the heat off quicker so that there was a little more water left in here. But this will do. And also, this is probably not as appetizing as I just realized. but to me, it looks very good. It smells very tasty. Therefore, I will enjoy it, as I always do, because I'm a man, I'm a simple man, and if something tastes good and fills me up, what more can you ask for? Back to the M4 GTS. Yeah, when you ask people to give up that much, i.e. your convenience, for, I don't know, an extra tenth of performance from your car for almost double the price of your car. Of course, we're talking the standard M4 here. I don't know. It's just not gonna happen, all right? Especially with people that have lives, you know? Maybe people that are bored, just have money and have nothing else to do. Maybe they'll find that kind of exciting in some weird, convoluted way. But for me personally, that's just not how I want to do it. And that's why I bought my car, because it has absolutely nothing that's out of the ordinary about it. And it's really reliable, so I don't have to go to the shop as much or pay as much. There you go, convenience, right? All right, well, there we go. That's my lunch made. Let me see. Oh yeah, show that to the camera right there. Don't know if that looks good to you at all, but to me it looks really good. Like I said before, it's a little dry, but we'll fix that up. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm really hungry and other people want to use this kitchen as well, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you again. I'll see you next time. Let's see if I can get this hat throw all the way from here. Goodbye. Oh, okay, missed it. See you later, guys.